Hello and welcome to my second video on Today We Smile Yoga. My first video was all about Sun Salutation A, which is a fantastic warm-up, and I would recommend doing it about 3 to 5 times before we move on to Sun Salutation B, which I'm going to go on and explain in this video. Coming to a standing position and finding your center of gravity, rocking back and forward, palms facing forward, bending your knees, dip and sweep to chair, and then folding forward, bringing your fingertips to the mat. Inhaling, flattening your back, bringing your hands to your shins, and then planting your hands down on the mat and stepping back into plank. Holding plank and then dropping onto your knees, chest and chin, lifting your head and your hands for a small back bend before planting your hands, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Bringing your right foot forward, toes facing forward, left toes go to 11 o'clock. Coming up, making sure your hips are facing forward, arms up towards the sky, before planting your hands back down on the mat, coming onto your back toes, stepping back into plank, and then lowering yourself down onto the mat. Lifting your head and your hands before planting your hands, tucking your toes, coming back to that downward facing dog. Left foot forward, toes facing forward, right foot 2 o'clock. Inhale, coming up, reaching your arms up towards the sky before folding all the way back down to the mat, coming onto your back toes, stepping back into plank. Lowering down towards the mat before lifting your head and your hands for a small back bend, planting your hands, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Holding this pose for 3 breaths, remembering to spread your fingers wide, making sure your shoulders aren't hunched up by your ears, keeping a steady focus on your knees, and taking 3 long, deep breaths. Bending your knees, looking towards the front of your mat, stepping forward. Bringing your hands to your shin, flat back. Bending your knees, folding forwards, and then dip and sweep back to that chair pose before coming back to our mountain standing posture.